Okay, this is Brother Watkins. This is my Accounting 386, and our second speed trial is going to be to take your large piece of data and break it into its component words, and then to do some kind of pivot table or analysis operation on it. So let's see how fast I can do it, and here we go. Stopwatch. We'll start. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is find our material, and I prefer working with Jacob chapter 5 because, hey, it's BYU, and second, it's a nice large piece of data with some unusual attributes. So it is training you to handle some things that you're going to encounter someday. So chapter 5, we'll hide the footnotes so we don't have those letters, and then I'm just going and I'm highlighting the whole thing. So it's going down and it's taking a while, so I'll just okay. That's why we're counting the time. So we'll keep it going. It's going really slow, probably because I have the recorder going. But it is going. Okay. Hopefully you've opened up and you're racing me, because my computer's being really buggy. Keep going. Almost there. Okay, there we go. I've got it. I'm going to just do a straight copy operation. Open a new workbook. And I'm going to paste it, matching destination formatting. If I do it this way, I'm going to get too many returns that I don't want. So I'm going to try and give it a good raw format that'll work. Alright, now we're going to use the find and select, because I have everything selected, to replace the punctuation. So I'll take the periods out, and it made 92 replacements. I'll take the semicolon, there are 80 of those. I'll take the regular colon, 31 of those. I'm going to take the question mark. To do that, I have to use the tilde so that the machine knows I'm not using a wildcard. If I don't use the tilde, the whole thing will go blank. Okay, so that's 9. I think I've got it. Oh, I don't have commas yet. Okay, so let's do commas. There are 265 of those. Alright, I think we've got everything. There was one I remember called Character 151. I can't find it that way, so won't use this. Let's see, I think we've got everything except that. I remember it was down here somewhere. Oh, here it is. See that dash right there? We gotta get rid of that. So I'm just gonna go right into the formula, and I'm done. Okay, so now I've got it clean. Enter. Now I need to strip out the numbers and spaces. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do a equals right, which means I'm gonna start from the left side of the page on cell A1. and I'm going to figure out how long the whole thing is. So if it's, say, 200 characters long, I just want to go 200 characters minus 3. And okay, that seems to have done the trick. Okay, and so if I come down right here, the double-digit verse numbers require me to go from 4 from this point down. So I think I have it all now. So end down, copy, paste special, come back here, end down, clear contents. Okay. And it looks like I've got a couple words stuck together. So let's do a spell check on it. Saith is good. We're going to change that one. Change that one. Ignore digged. Ignore grieveth. Them whithersoever. Okay. So we'll change that. Mattereth is good. Brought forth. We're going to change that one. Keep the F. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Good fruit. Ignore, ignore. Change. Beginneth. Ignore. The first change. Be hewn. Beheldest. Ignore. Cumbered this. Change. Labor diligently. Change. His servant. Change. Labor in. Mites. I'm not even sure if that's... We'll let that one go. And blessed. Joy with. And it looks like we're done. Okay. So spelling check is good. Everything's good. I've kind of done a visual. And so now what we need to do is we need to pile it all into the same cell. So I'm going to start with a concatenate function that takes A1, which is the first verse, and puts it together with a blank, and then gives me A2, which is the second verse. Okay, now I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to look for A79, which is both verses 1 and 2. I'm going to join that with a space, and then I'm going to stick A3 on it. Okay, and then I have to go down to 155 or so. So if we go over here, what we've done is now we have verses 1, 2, and 3, and we're just going to keep sticking verses on the end of this all the way down. And the way I do that, because I created A79, which is the cell ahead of me, and A3, which is the next cell in order from the top, we should be fine. So here we go. Go to 155. Okay, and then here I'm going to have to copy and paste special. And I want to look at the end to see if I'm to the end here. There we go. And cometh the season and the end, and my vineyard will I cause to be burned with fire. How do I know that's the end? Because I've looked at the actual... There it is. And my vineyard will I cause to be burned with fire. So I've got the end. That means I have everything that I need right here in this one cell. And just let's figure out how long it is. Length A160. Looks like we got 19,125 characters in this cell. So we'll take the first. We're going to find our blanks now. So we're gonna find a blank within A160. And the first one's easy, okay? Second one, find blank, that thumb there, blank, within A160. I want to keep that absolute, and I want to start at C162 plus 1. So that starts me right after the first one and gives me the second. And now I have to go all the way down until I have 19,000 characters. So we'll just go really fast. I'm at 3,000, 4. Whoop, I went way too far. Okay, so now let's go back up. I'll click out and scroll up, and it looks like here's the end right here. So from this point down, I can just clear those up. I don't need them. Okay, so there's my spaces. Let's go back up. Okay, and now I'm going to take the first left, and I'm going to go as far as this number minus 1 for that space. So that should give me the first, and it does. The next function is mid, because I'm taking it from the middle of the text, and I'm going to use A160. I'm going to make it absolute. If I get the right key, there we go, F4 by the way. I'm going to start it at, let's see, I'll start at the space plus 1. And I want to take this minus 1 character. I think we did it right. Good. So there we go. Now what do? I have some trouble here. Tame olive tree, his vineyard. I've got some issues. So let's take a look at this Prophet Zenos. And what I'll do is I want to see what's going on. So I'm going to take a few characters right out of my A162, and I'm going to start at 68 and go to 90. What did I do wrong? Oh, 160, sorry, 160. Okay, now I want to see that Prophet Zenos done right. So that's 38. So I'm going to pull this down. And how can I pull it down? I'll do a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'll just take a look at the codes. And I'll go mid, and I'll look at H164, and I'll start at 1, and I'll go 1. Oops, that doesn't work. I'll start at 1. I'll start at H64 plus, what's this, G166, and go 1. Okay, and then if I copy that down, it's giving me a fat lot of nothing. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm extracting the mid from H164, and I want to start at that, and I want to return that character. Oh, okay. Let's try doing this right. Done. Okay, so here's that space. So if I look at it, code 167 is a 112. Let me pull down some other numbers. Okay, and then I'll just copy this down, And so, there's right there, you see it? 160, it's that funny space again. A space should be a 32. So now I need to go through and clean up the 160s. So I'm going to do a substitute, and I'm going to look in this one for character 160, and I'm going to replace it with a character 32. And I have a nifty way of finding out if this works, I think. Okay. Oh, I did a cut. Oh no, it should show me right through here. That 160 should disappear. Maybe I haven't. Go back. Let's look at data. Formulas, calculate, sheet. So now if I check 161 here, there, see it changed to a 32. So we're good. So what we want to do now is take 161 and copy it over 160. And what you can't see here, let's just do it again. You can't see me do it. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste values only. And then I'm going to clear this. Okay, and if I did it right, I'll just get rid of all this. It served its purpose. Then I should be able to come down here, and there shouldn't be any more words stuck together. And I'm going to need more. Heavens, there must have been a lot of those. Gosh. Okay, so those special spaces are all over. And I'm going to clear. I go back up. Double click. Will I be caused to be burned with fire? Okay, now I've got them. Alright. And if I look at this formula, I think I'm good to go. Alright, so now we need to get some data out of this. And there's a couple ways we can get some data. So let's put, we have words here. Let's just capitalize that, words. Now let's do a count. So if I do count if, and my range being the range of all the words, and my criteria being the word that I'm directly to the right hand of, then I get 43. So behold appears 43 times. Copy this down. So now I have occurrences. So that's how many times the word shows up. I'll auto fit. And then I could say, I could test the length of the word. That's easy enough. len. Okay. So that's a 6-letter word. And if anybody comes up with any other ideas, I think that's great. Let's do that. Alright, so now I'm going to highlight all of my data, and you can see that I've gone all the way to the bottom. And let's, while we're at it, we could define it as a name. We could say word table. I'm not sure we'll use this. But what I do want to do is I want to insert a pivot table with all my words, and I hit OK. And because of my silly screen, let me see if I can squeeze this up here. I'm going to try and show you everything. Just can't do stretch. Okay. Alright, so let's take our occurrences and make them row values. Now let's not do that. Let's put in our words and their occurrences. Ooh, look at that. That's the sum. We want the count. Value field settings, count. Okay. So there's a count of the words, and we could sort on words. Let's do a sort on count. Largest to smallest. 372. Okay, so there we have some words. We could do a top 10 filter. So let's see our top 10 most used words. A count of occurrences. Nice. Oh, okay. And we could insert. We want a pivot chart. Here we go. Get a pivot chart. Okay. Style. I think you can see this. Let's do green. Okay, where did it put my pivot chart? Oh, there it put it. There. Let's move that up. Move up. Move up. Okay, and to be perfectly accurate, no, we want that back. We'll make this the top 10 words. There we go. And it's a pivot chart, so we could probably change that around a bit if we wanted to. Let's add data labels. I like those, easy to see. We could get rid of the grid lines. We don't need those. We could format data labels. No, I don't want that one. What do I want? I want the data. Format data series. Take the gap out a bit. That's too much. There we go. Okay, one chart down. Let's go back. I can't see the bottom of my screen. Here we go. So we'll go back to sheet 1 and we'll insert pivot table. So here's another pivot table. Let's take our length and put it in our row labels. So that tells us the length of the words, and then we can put the occurrences and do a count. So for example, we have 125. That's a good one. I like this one. So we'll hit OK. And we'll do the same thing. This would be distribution by word size. And let's look for something nifty. Excel has got all kinds of nifty stuff. So I can do purple bars. And I can do labels on them. I can do make them fatter. I can no, that's not what I want. Grid lines. Take out grid lines. There we go. There's a distribution by word size. So I think that's enough to get you guys started. And we'll come over here, and I'm at, oh, I'm glad that reset. So 24. Okay, so I feel pretty good about setting you at 45 minutes to do this. I think that's about twice as much time, and with practice you should be able to do it easily within 45 minutes. So I'm going to type this up. I'll put it in the testing center, and you can develop the skill to go to your employers and take a large group of data and show them that you can draw some meaning out of it. And if anybody comes up with another chart or an interesting way to quantify this data that we've produced, we have basically a list of all the words. The pivot table immediately. One thing we could do, and I won't really require this, but it's something I've been playing around with to teach my my other class. If we're looking at, where's the other pivot table? We're looking at the top 10 words. We could put in a slicer. So if we go to, actually we have to be in the pivot table, a slicer on the words. Okay, and then it would tell us how often the word after shows up. Or dung. I think, no, that's the occurrences. I think we want the other one. Oh no, 6. End 6. Dunged 2. What's it? Vineyard I know shows up a lot. Let's see if vineyard shows up. STUV. Vineyard 90. So yeah, this is it. So if my word the should be the most of all. The 372. So the slicer allows you to just basically select any of your words right there. An interesting way to do it. All right, that's enough for now. And I look forward to seeing what you can produce. And I really, if you find something that you've worked on that looks great, let me know. I'd love to incorporate it.